He may be satisfied. I will be watching you.
Various times over the years, people have indicated that the devil ending in Cyberpunk 2077 is not that bad. Some have even gone as far as saying that it's one of the good ones. Now, it's subtle, but it's not even that subtle if you pay attention to the clues that the game keeps throwing at you. The devil ending is the absolute worst ending in the game. Personally, I don't count the ending where you unalive yourself on the roof. That ending is not unique in any way and there's no unique content connected to it. It just ends the game, then you get video calls from your friends telling you how sad they are that you are no longer with them. But why? Why is the devil ending the worst ending? We can begin by looking at what Misty says if you let her read our cards before driving off with Takemura and Anders Hellman.
Okay, I'm ready.
We'll start with you, V. The Fool.
What a surprise.
Let's dig deeper to find its meaning here. The Fool symbolizes the start of a journey, the announcement of something new. It's the inner child, curious of the world, but also naive and reckless. Sounds a lot like the V I first met. The Magician. A person of great talent and charisma. A leader.
Sounds like Johnny.
The card is reversed. That can mean a tendency toward addiction, mental instability.
Oh, okay, definitely Johnny. He has one great disturbance.
The final cards are about your futures. The Devil.
Whew, got another deck lying around? A cheerful one?
This is no joke, V. An inverted devil symbolizes subjugation, losing control, aggression, evil, a power struggle. Whatever you're planning, treat this as a warning.
Okay. And Johnny's?
The Moon.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad, right?
I don't know, V. The Moon is mystery.
Now, one of these two people gets an insane level of leverage over V in the devil ending. Way more than people realize. The person who truly wins in the devil ending is Anders Hellman. So basically the story of Anders Hellman is this. He was once a brilliant scientist working for Arasaka on a new experimental technology when Yorinobu came and stole it from the lab. Anders, being the true non-confrontational Swede that he was, he snitched immediately. He told Saburo what Yorinobu had done, thinking that this would be the end of it. But of course, things did not go down that way. Saburo ends up dying in Night City, and fearing payback from Yorinobu, Anders Hellman escapes from the Arasaka Corporation and takes his talents to South Beach.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Kang Tao. Anyways, V and Panam drop in on Homie and grab him to find out exactly what he knows about the chip. Seeing no way out of this, Anders Hellman tells us this.
Nobody sent me. I got a problem, and you're gonna help me.
And what does that have to do with the biochip?
Got Silverhand's construct in my head. It's literally driving me crazy, and I know it's only gonna get worse. That is, unless I remove it. And that? None of that's on the billboards I saw. Not even in the fine print.
Silverhand. Construct. That's impossible. Where did you get this biochip?
Clept it off Yorinobu Arasaka. Job for a client, but the client left me out to
And
dry.
you decided the best place for it was in your own goddamn head.
Actually, wasn't a bad idea. Construct rebooted me when my own goddamn head took a bullet.
I always knew Yorinobu's plan would fail. I just never imagined it would turn out like this. Arasaka's prized tech really is in the very streets of the city.
You have to remove the biochip from my system.
It's not that simple.
Look, you made the thing, didn't you? So where's the problem?
If you're telling the truth, you slotted in a new experimental version of the biochip.
I know you can't just yank it out. My Ripper
You
said
showed that to some fucking street doctor? Who else knows?
I needed help. Or did you think the first thing that came to mind was downing a Kang Tao AV? How's the prototype version different? It's got a different engram, something more
Where?
aggressive.
The biochip is what's unique, not Silverhand's engram. The previous version of the chip was only used to communicate with pre-saved
And it was
engrams.
rare as fuck and cost a fortune. Yeah.
This one's rarer. Meant to install and activate the engram in a new body. When I left Arasaka, the project was still in the trial phase.
How exactly was this new version supposed to work? Were you planning to have the engram kick people out of their own bodies? Is that shit by design?
During the tests, we assumed that the body would be neurally indifferent during implantation.
You mean dead?
Yes, which makes what happened to you interesting indeed.
How do you put a price on immortality? Who could even afford tech like this?
Nobody. This model was meant to remain in-house. The prototype was Saburo Arasaka's personal commission. He oversaw the entire project himself.
So if it weren't for Yorinobu, nobody would have found out.
And if not for you, the project would not have been a success. This is a true breakthrough.
Yeah, great. Your tech works. Now get it out of me.
Well, well.
I would have to see it first.
Stop. Hold on, Mr. Gator. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Whoa,
Listen,
we
wait,
just
wait,
met.
wait, bro.
Haven't built up that sort of trust yet.
How did you think this was going to go? If you want me to help you, I must examine you.
Okay.
Unbelievable. It looks like...
Can't believe this suit's the one who's gonna help us.
Oh, fuck.
What is it?
What a pity I won't be able to examine it fully.
Yeah, real shame. You could have been his guinea pig too.
Tell me how to get rid of it.
I'm afraid I have bad news. Your neural network has completely deteriorated. It can no longer function independently of the chip. The only thing I could do
Woo-hoo, it's bargaining time.
is to give you information on a good clinic in Sweden. They'll help you through the terminal stages. Minimize the pain.
But you said the project was in the trial phase. You don't actually know how it'll end.
Oh, I do. I just saw the construct devouring your brain. It's programmed to take over its new environment. At all costs. And your little meat brain is helpless against it.
So no matter what, sooner or later the engram wins.
Yes. And from what I've heard about Silverhand, that seems to be exactly his style.
Huh. I see my reputation's grown into Arasaka legend.
What exactly is going on in my head?
You tell me, what's it like to have two personalities? Because it's not like you're hearing voices. You're both yourself and Silverhand simultaneously.
I can see him and talk to him.
You're not talking, but yes, I understand what you mean. Have you noticed the construct's influence on your decision-making?
Sheesh, give it a rest.
When it comes to my decisions, Johnny really is just a voice in my head. Maybe he has a different opinion, but he can't make me do anything.
Agreed 100%. You are one fucking stubborn.
It's not as if one of you wins the debate. The scale simply shifts, slowly but surely.
After a few stern words from Hanako and Takemura, Anders Hellman agrees to go back to the Arasaka Corporation. This is where things get crazy. I believe that Hanako spoke to Hellman and, as an additional bonus for rejoining Arasaka, Hanako promised Anders Hellman V's engram so he can study it. This is why I tell people to always read the fine print of documents. In the devil ending, Takemura comes to visit V to see why V is refusing to do the Voidkampf test. After speaking to each other for a while, Takemura presents you with a contract. If you read the contract before signing it, you'll see that something else is going on here. Anders Hellman is actually the one buying your engram. So regardless of if it's Takemura who gives you the contract or if it's Hellman himself who gives you the contract, the first paragraph of the contract reads, "This cooperation agreement, hereinafter referred to as the agreement, is entered on, enter your date, between the seller, meaning V, and Anders Hellman, the buyer, authorized by the Arasaka Corporation headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, on the basis of the power of attorney." In short, the contract is about V selling something to Anders Hellman, who is buying it on behalf of the Arasaka Corporation. It really doesn't take a genius to know that Anders Hellman will start experimenting on V's engram as soon as he gets his hands on it. He's going to try and find out everything that happened in 2077 and how V was able to exist with Johnny in their brains while still being alive. If you think about it, Anders Hellman has always been weirdly fascinated by V and the engram. In this ending of Cyberpunk 2077, you're not just being soul-killed and stored in an Arasaka facility. You're selling your soul to Anders Hellman and, in extension, of course, to Arasaka. This sale of your soul-killed self to Hellman is heavily hinted at if you let Takemura die during the search and destroy mission. If you let him die, Hellman himself will be the one that brings you the contract. What makes this ending even worse is that Misty eventually reads your cards again, and she figures out that you're most likely going to end up a digital slave, and she tries to send you a video message warning you of this outcome.
Hey V, orbital connections cost an arm and a leg, so I'll just get right to it. I was just thinking about you, so I laid out a quick tarot and... oh dear. The Fool, the Moon, the High Priestess. Those are bad cards. Keep a close eye on your new friends, V. I mean it.
Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the devil ending is the worst ending in the game. For me personally, there's no ending that's worse. That is it for today. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.